Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, and today we're looking at Andy Ruiz Jr.'s statements as reported by Talk Sports. So let's get into it. So, Andy Ruiz Jr. says he'll refuse to rematch Anthony Joshua in the UK. I'm calling the shots. Andy Ruiz Jr. has declared that he is not willing to rematch Anthony Joshua in the UK. The Mexican-American heavyweight claimed the WBA, IBF, and WBO titles from the Brit in New York last month, and wants the return bout to take place in either of his two home countries. So, giving an update on the rematch with Anthony Joshua, Ruiz told TMZ Sports, I haven't talked to him, but I'm pretty sure he's training hard for the rematch, and so am I. I want the rematch to be in Mexico or New York City again, Vegas, or here in LA. So he's picked 4 locations: Mexico, New York, Vegas, or LA. When asked what happens if Joshua doesn't agree to this, Ruiz reported, it doesn't matter because I'm the champion. I'm calling the shots. We're the A side. Okay, that was it. This was Andy Ruiz versus Dimitrenko. That was his fight prior to the Joshua fight. I think Dimitrenko quit on his stool or finished on his stool. Yeah, he'd had enough, apparently, evidently so. So, this suggestion contradicts what promoter Eddie Hearn has suggested in recent weeks. Hearn claims his man will have the final say over where the rematch takes place. Hearn says the two front-runner options are November the 29th at Madison Square Garden, New York, and December 14th at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. However, Ruiz insists he'll point-blank refuse the second of these two choices, i.e. the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. He'll refuse. Regarding whether he'd be open to fighting Joshua on away soil, the champion simply replied, no UK. No UK. Interesting words from the new unified champion, Andy. There he is, Andy Ruiz Jr. He says no UK. Doesn't want to come over to the UK to defend his newly acquired belts. We see him taking a seat. Looks like he's sitting on a sofa, holding a beer, watching TV, watching the replay of the fight. Me? Yeah, I think it should be in the UK. I don't think it's going to be in the UK. I think Joshua and them boys, they seem intent on having it back in Madison Square Gardens. That's their point of view. Look at the crowd there. MSG. Could have been a great night. But yeah, I think it should be in the UK. I don't think it's going to be. Like I said, Joshua and his people, they seem intent on doing it back over in the US of A, Madison Square Garden to be precise. But I think he's done it over there. And also we have to bear in mind the DAZN contract. Obviously DAZN are going to want it in the US of A also. So I think the front runner, as Eddie Hearn has stated, is Madison Square Gardens. That's Parker v. Fury. Why is that pertinent? I think because, of course, Parker fought Ruiz before, beat him for the WBO. That was a vacant championship. That was vacant at the time. The WBO was vacant at that point. And they squared off. And Joseph Parker got a narrow decision over Ruiz, Andy Ruiz Jr. Yeah, so I think the front runner is more likely to be Madison Square Garden, New York. I think, though, it would be nice. It would have been nice. It would still be nice if they brought it back home, brought it to the UK, for the UK fans to witness the spectacle. You know, UK fans have already flown over to America. Now, it would be nice to have this thing on home soil. I think the favorite's Madison Square Garden, but I would not be surprised if they just said, yeah, UK. Let the UK fans have some fun. Let the UK fans get to see this. The most talked about fight in 2019, arguably. You see Joshua in his fight with the White. Yeah, so where are we? Oh, the box rec. Okay, so as we see, Andy Ruiz Jr., numero uno. Deontay Wilder is at number one. Number two, Deontay Wilder in the rankings now. Number three, Anthony Joshua, since his defeat at the hands of Andy Ruiz Jr. Number four, Tyson Fury. That's a pretty high ranking considering he's only beat one top 10 guy in the last 3 years. Povetkin, number 5, above Dillian White. I don't see how. Why is that? Povetkin over Dillian White at 6. Gerald Miller still in the rankings at number 7. Luis Ortiz at 8. Kubrat Pulev at 9. And Joseph Parker at 10. Okay, so we've already just looked at Joseph Parker fighting Ruiz. Contractually, yeah, Dan's, the zone. They're going to want it over in the USA. It's the most likely spot. But I think it would be gracious of Ruiz to agree to bring it over here. Contractually, I would not be surprised if Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, the zone get the final say of location. I would not be surprised. So I think ultimately Joshua is still the A side in terms of the contract, in terms of location, destination, in terms of earnings, how much he will earn. Ruiz got paid a reputed $5 million for the first scrap, and signed and is contractually obligated to receiving somewhere in the region of $10 million for the rematch. That is the word. So you get $10 million on the rematch at the location to be decided by the still A side. Like I said before, to become the A side in heavyweight boxing, you have to beat the champ twice. That's if he's got a good contract. His contract is airtight. So there you go. Ruiz, you need to beat Joshua again to become the A side. Right now, you're still in bondage. You're tied up, contractually wrapped up like a mummy. So it would appear. What say you? It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'm out.